Hey guys. So I heard that you wanted to know more about starting new conversations with people, talking to people that you already know or strangers, and sort of ways to go about doing that and it not being awkward and weird. So, fun fact, when I first started coaching, sorry, my son's underneath me here. When I first started coaching, this was not a problem for me at all. And I don't really know why, because I am totally antisocial. Um, Having lots of friends and making new friends is like not my jam in any way. In fact, I don't do it. Sorry, my son's under me and he has something in his mouth and I have no idea what it is. Okay, it's probably popcorn because I just say popcorn. And that's probably not good for a 1-year-old. Okay, anyways, refocusing. So, watch ahead. So I'm going to share my screen. I turned off my chat so I don't have any chats coming in. So I'm not going to like actively engage in conversation, but first I want to show you sort of how I interact with people, right? And so I'm adding new friends, as many as I can. For you as a new coach, your goal is 3 a day. So 3 people per day, or you can break it up and you can do like for a week, you add as many people as you possibly can. And then for the other 3 weeks, you get to know those people. I sort of like it better that way, but it's up to you. Beachbody says that you should do 3 people every single day. So your business, you run it how you want. So let me share my screen. Okay. So here we are on Facebook, right? And so when I add people, they're going to come here, obviously, to my friends. And I can see them because they'll be recently added. Now, full confession, like I have been terrible this month about adding new people. So, hey, but boy, you can't chew on that. So, here they are, my new ads, right? So here is a new person and I add them to a list. And so I go here, I go to friends, and then I go add to a list. And I break mine up into months. So I added this person in August, and they're going to go to my August ads list. It's cool that she's already in Petaluma. That sort of just tells me that she's local. Not super important. But I also want to show you that I have a July ads and a June ads and a May ads, because this is about when I started doing that. And then I add her to that list, okay? And I make sure that I add people to lists pretty quickly, because I'm going to show you why here in a second. So like Sarah Nicole, she's a coach, so I'm going to add her to my coaches list. I don't need to interact and play nice, if you will, like and comment on all of that with my coaches. I do because I want to show them support, but it's not a part of my power hour to like and do all of that stuff with them. So I want to get them sort of out of the mix. So I'll add all of these. Okay, so I'm already up to date up to this point. So here they are, and I file them into my list, okay? And why is that important? Well, because when I come here to my regular page, this is how I interact with people. So I scroll down here to my friends, and my August ads is the one that's on here. If it's not, you can always go to more. My August ads is on there because that's the one I've been interacting with the most. So I can click on it. Harley, can you please stay quiet, baby? Thank you. I click on it and it's going to show me everything that the people who are in my August ads list have posted recently. Okay. So, this is pretty funny. And so this is something that I can comment on. So I say like, this is so me. Happy face. Okay. Done. Here's a thing, whatever, I'll like it. LuLaRoe, whatever, not interested. So, I've already done some of these. So like I already liked this one. I've already been in here tonight. This was interesting. And so I just kind of comment on these things and I like these things. Obviously, the easiest thing to do is like. You're going to get more interaction, obviously, and back and forth if you are commenting on things. Like I said here, I was jealous of this little wine tasting thing happening today. I actually need to come back and share this because I loved this, but I'll do that later. So this is how I interact without personally sending messages with these people, which is why I add them to lists, okay? As far as sending personal messages, I go back to my friends list, and this is how I start conversations with people that I already know. If I go to my friends, so I sort of break up the calendar, and I pick a different letter for each day. So I haven't done this today, and I don't know where my notebook is to even look, but let's say I start with A, okay? Well, I'll start with a different letter, S, okay? So I put in a letter S, and then I'm going to look through here, and I'm going to see who have I not talked to in a while, whose name starts with the letter S, and what sort of message can I send them? So right away seeing this, coach, already a client, coach, already a client, soon to be a coach, already a coach, already a client. Like, so not a client, but a friend of mine. Sort of a prospect, also a coach. So like S was a pretty terrible letter for me to choose, clearly. I think popcorn in my face. So there's several people in here whom I could send messages to, okay? So she is a prospect, and so I could totally send her a message, and that's exactly what I do. I hover over their little name, I go to message, and then I'll send them a message. Hey, how's it going? I haven't, heard from you in a while. How's your baby? Whatever it may be. And if you're looking for something to talk to them about, click on their name and scroll through their profile, right? So like, oh, she's listening to Macklemore. She's talking about this book. Her little baby is rolling over. So that's totally something that I can talk about. Like, oh my God, I can't believe Ender's rolling over. Are you excited? Are you sad? Like, what is it? You can play the mom card if that's a thing that you have, that you can play. If they don't have kids, right, you have to find something else that they're doing. So I'm going to seriously, like, all the coaches are in this letter of the alphabet, which is pretty hilarious. Okay, so let's come here and see what she's up to. Okay, so her baby and the dog thing, a monkey baby, these are all things that I could like or whatever. I try and find, like, there's a lot of people who just share shit all over Facebook, and that's not super helpful for you if they're not sharing their own. Harley Quinn, baby girl. Shh. Thank you.
I can't do it, Mama. They're just so funny.
Okay, then go away. Sorry. Okay, so she took a vacation. Now I remember that, right? So I liked it. I think I even commented on it. And so now I can send her a message and ask her how her little mini vacation was. Her husband, bought her a hotel room and, whatever. So I would click on message and then I would send her a message about that. So this is sort of how I go through and I make conversations with people. So the way I sort of think about it is, I know you're in like internet world or whatever, but if you saw this person in the grocery store, what would you say? You'd say, hi, right? How are you? And then the conversation would go from there. The nice part about having Facebook is that you can already look and see, like, how have you been doing? You can look at somebody's page and it says, like, my life sucks right now. I hate it, blah, blah, blah. And you can talk about that if that's what you want to do. Or maybe you're like, this is not really a good time. Like, I'm not trying to get into that. Or, they're talking about their kid going back to school and you can talk about that. Or they're talking about, some show coming on that you also happen to enjoy that you can talk about. Or they just went on a vacation and you're interested in the place that they just went on vacation. Fun fact, you don't actually have to be interested in where they went on vacation, but you can talk about it, right? You can start that conversation. I'm looking to go on vacation this year. Tell me about your vacation. Did you enjoy it? Did the kids like it? Were you there too long? What airline did you take? Just any sort of conversation. Like, having absolutely nothing to do with Beachbody or health and fitness. The conversation between you and those people is going to get you in their newsfeed. So that means the next time you post that Shake-Yo selfie, or you post that sweaty selfie or whatever, they're going to see it, right? And they may not like it and they may not comment on it, but I promise you that they're seeing it, much like you probably saw your coach's posts and maybe didn't like them and maybe didn't comment on them, but look, here you are. Okay. And so that's how I really think about those conversations. I'm just trying to get to know people better, including people I've never met before in my life. So how I handle the brand new conversations with people I've never met before in my life. Lately, just because I've been busy, I give it a couple of days. I like and comment on their stuff, probably 2 or 3 days. And then I shoot them a message. Hey, thanks for the ad. I've really enjoyed your post and I look forward to getting to know you better. Done. Sometimes they come back and say, oh, thanks, me too. Or, I love your hair or whatever they say. And then I either, if I have time, I kind of snowball that conversation a little bit. How are you today? Having a good Wednesday? Oh, it's a crazy hectic day, mom life or whatever. And then we sort of just get the ball rolling from there. I will go to their page, try to find something to talk about if it's a little bit, bare there. And I really am just trying to get to know people a little bit better. Not everybody is my cup of tea. And so sometimes our conversations do not go very far, right? But I've started them. I've gotten me in their newsfeed. I continue to like and comment because of that group that I created, that list, that August ads list. And then, all of those people are invited to my following challenge group. And if they RSVP interested or going, then I reach out again and we have something health and fitness related to talk about. If they don't RSVP interested or going, then I just leave it at that. Our conversations just continue as regular conversations. Okay. So what do I do with those May, June, and July groups? I go back to those because eventually that August group, right, it's going to be dry. I already invited those people to my September groups. So they were either interested or not. Now I'm currently at Success Club 17. Michael's at Success Club 4. He should be at Success Club 6 this week, or by the end of this month. So I'm not really looking for new challengers this month. And so I haven't really gone back to those other groups. But if I were in need of Success Club points, then I'm going to go back and certainly start re-interacting with those May people and re-interacting with those June people. Because if I haven't interacted with them for a while, I'm out of their newsfeed again. We've been lost. And so that's really how I go about having those conversations. It really is genuine. You are wanting to get to know more about these people. And that's why we have conversations about nothing to do with Beachbody. Now, if they bring it up, then sure, talk until you're blue in the face or whatever. I don't recommend information vomiting or whatever, but if they bring it up, talk about it, If they don't bring it up, then just have a regular conversation, just like you would in person if you ran into this person at the grocery store, okay? If you guys have any more questions, let me know. Otherwise, I hope you have a really good night, and totally keep these topics coming. Whatever you have questions about or need more training about, let me know, and I'm happy to help. I'll see you guys later. Bye.